Noisemakers. Sound effects artist for General Electric Radio Broadcasts WGY Schenectady, New York, 1925. July 1922. 291 kg Nellie Blanche Lane and 70 cm Clarence Chesterfield Howerton. A Soviet doctor in Sochi relieves headaches in 2 American tourists using innovative medical equipment. 1970. Freestyle BMX. Opening of a McDonald's restaurant on Arbut Street, Moscow, 1993. Bashi bazooks. Diana Rigg and Anthony Hopkins photographed by Ron Burton on 19th September 1972. Two generations of Chinese girls, the 1980s and today. George Nissen, inventor of the trampoline, jumps on top of a pyramid in Egypt, 1977. The 1984 anti-Sikh riots, or Sikh massacre, were organised attacks on Sikhs in India. Kodak folding pocket camera, produced from 1903 to 1915. On March 26, 1937, the world's first monument to a cartoon character, Popeye the Sailor, was erected. A 24 Liberator crashed on takeoff from San Giovanni Field, Italy, April 12, 1945. A geisha wearing a Western-style swimsuit, Japan, 1900s. The destruction of St. Simonov Monastery, Moscow, 1927. Douglas Havoc TA-20H44-466 with experimental tracked chassis, 1943. Wakeboarding during a flood, 1938. East Germany border guards observe a demonstration across the Berlin Wall in West Berlin where tear gas was fired, 1988. Transporting the wounded to the hospital by dog sled. Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, 1942. Morgan Freeman during his service in the United States Army, 1955. Like-minded people, Olomouc region, Czech Republic, 1993. Steve Jobs shows the finger to IBM, United States, 1983. Aerial photography. A prison photo of future serial killer Henry Lee Lucas at the Virginia State Penitentiary. He served 5 years at the penitentiary for a grand larceny conviction. Richmond, 1954. Young Frenchmen look at a poster calling for recruitment into the SS division. Three Komusa mendicant monks playing shakuhachis, Japan, 935. Abbott and Costello go to Mars, 1953. The body of John Dillinger, famous bank robber, is exhibited to the public. Chicago, July 22, 1934. Mary Catherine Horney Cummings. Roosevelt and Stalin in Yalta, 1945. Jerry Hall in a photo shoot with Norman Parkinson for Vogue magazine, USSR, 1975. (1972). Young people confront British soldiers minutes before paratroopers opened fire on what became known as Bloody Sunday. The standoff is near Barricade 14 on William Street in Londonderry, Northern Ireland. Mobile Geological Laboratory, prototype of the MOLAB lunar rover. General Motors, 1965. A Londoner examines the combustion chamber of a German V-2 rocket in East London. March 1945. Hot air balloon in central Paris, France, 1878. An American sailor loads a transport plane using an elephant, India, World War II. Demi Moore in Los Angeles, California, 1977. Martin Luther King is arrested on vagrancy charges in Alabama in 1958. Italian woman carrying box of dry goods in New York, February of 1912. Wandering singer circa 1877. Berlin Wall fell November 9, 1989. Destruction of pinball machines, May 1940, Los Angeles, United States. Skeleton of Lucy, the Australopithecus afarensis, besides an average 4-year-old girl circa 1974. Brigitte Bardot, 1961. (1920s) RSFSR. Yekaterinburg, Sverdlovsk, Physical Education Parade at the Karl Marx Monument. Flappers, Young Rebels of the 20s. A boy wearing an Adolf Hitler mask, London, 1938. John F. Kennedy, at around 6 or 7, holds a Toy Billy Club and is dressed in a police officer costume outside the Kennedys' Brookline, Massachusetts family home, while Eunice Kennedy looks on sometime in 1923 or 1924. Stanley Kubrick with Shelley Duvall and the ghostly twins during a break-in filming The Shining, 1980. On the set of the film Beethoven, 1992. A reporter interviews a member of an ethnic mafia during the arrest. Russia, Moscow, October 1991. Girls could see if their figures were similar to Marilyn Monroe's, 1950s. License plates with special badges for repeat offenders made police work much easier. United States, 1939. Steamroller, Myntigstukken Fikard. A local businessman in Constantinople in 1920 carried chairs on his back and rented them out to tired tourists for 10 cents. Russian troops celebrate the capture of the presidential palace in Grozny, First Chechen War, 1995. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Donna Summer, 1977, Los Angeles. Pink Floyd showing off their equipment, 1969. Miniature railway in South Sea, United Kingdom, 1930s. Parker High School student Walter Gadsden, 17-year-old, being attacked by police dogs from Bull Connor during the Children's Crusade, May 3rd, 1963, Birmingham, Alabama, United States. A bit of HMS Warspite's battle damage from Jutland. A 12-inch shell passed through the captain's cabin on her port side and burst in the captain of the fleet's day cabin on the starboard side, 1913. Ivan Sutherland created the first CAD system in early 1963. Here he draws a bridge design on a cathode ray tube using the interactive controls. The computer was massive and took up an entire building. David Letterman stares at Cher's butt while she's making out with Sonny Bono. Alois Hitler, Austria, Hungary. His son's name is infamously known throughout the world, but what his father looked like is far from known. The soldier's legs buckled when popular actress Linda Darnell asked him to dance, 1940s. Escalator for bicycles in Holland, 1959. An officer of the Taman Division tears down the Soviet flag removed from the White House. Moscow, 1993. Fyodor Andreevich Makhnov, 1878-1912, was a peasant from the Vitebsk province of the Russian Empire, who, according to its confirmed data, is the tallest man in the world with a height of 210 meters. Bandaging a wounded comrade, Normandy, 1944. The original Bigfoot, the first monster truck. Princess Diana look-alike competition. Testing an X-ray machine, 1941. Women's shooting team, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States, 1925. Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong on the recording of their second album together, Ella and Louis Again. Albert Einstein's Social Life, 1931, Berlin. Lingerie factory workers on strike, 1937. Halloween costumes, 19th century. Liberated Odessans remove Romanian Adolf Hitler street sign, April 1944. Neptune's Festival on the Aurora, 1911. Shirley MacLaine and daughter Sierra, 1959. Art performance, a car crashes at high speed into a wall of burning televisions, 1975. Coin-operated radio outside barbershop, 1922. Studio photo of a married couple. Salvador Dalí in París, 1967. A man rides a 1920s German-built Krupp Autoped through the streets of Berlin. The chimpanzee artist Peter, also known as Pierre Brasseur, Sweden, 1964. Electrobus in London, 1906. Trimming trees in a park, New York City, 1869. Local residents look at a poster calling for military service at the entrance to a Commonwealth Army recruiting station. Britain's Gold Coast, 1940s. A notice on a Munich telephone booth prohibiting Jews from using payphones. Munich, Germany, 1942. Facial exercise apparatus. It inflated to provide resistive force for facial muscles to work against. Evacuation transport of field hospitals, 1905, Mukden. In a beauty salon, 1920s. Spring-loaded heels for exercising. A Coca-Cola kiosk on Tverskaya Street, Moscow, Nastinton 93. Gina Davis and Matthew Modine starring together in Cutthroat Island, which held the Guinness World Record for the largest box office loss of all time, 1995. The guy put a crab in his swimming trunks. Breeder Virginia Moon shows her ostrich named Rainfall before an ostrich race, 1915, United States. A denture shop, 1946, in Rawalpindi, India. Adriano Celentano at a private party, 1962. Clint Eastwood on a skateboard, Rome 1964. Sweater for Lovers 1963. Puppeteers Bill and Cora Baird performing during their tour of India in 1962. A 16-year-old Sid Vicious of the Sex Pistols attends a David Bowie concert, United Kingdom, 1973. Dwight D. Eisenhower cries before an audience of veterans in 1952 as he recalls the sacrifices soldiers made on D-Day. Mildred Douglas riding a wild bull, Cheyenne, Wyoming, 1917. (1900s), good old game of donkey butt telephone. Monica Bellucci, 1988. Patty McGee, the first American female skateboarding champion, demonstrates a handstand, 1965. Grenade thrower Hugh, Vietnam, 1968. School children hand over textbooks published during the Nazi dictatorship to their teacher at school. Aachen, American Zone of Occupation of Germany, 1945. Anti-theft protection, 1980s, USSR. Additional armour for the Sherman tank, World War II. Halloween costumes, 19th century. Cabaret girls in Nice, 1900. Paparazzi and Marlene Dietrich, Paris, 1975. A girl and an orangutan, Indonesia, early 20th century. Greta Garbo with Leo the Lion at MGM Studios, 1926. The Strongman of Engine Company 13, Harry F. Griffin, Los Angeles Fire Department. The Soviet M13 is a supercomputer commissioned in 1984 and considered the most powerful system in the world at the time of its introduction. Countess Marie-Louise von La Roche-Vallacy and her niece Archduchess Marie Valerie in a studio photo shot in Budapest, 1880.